Good morning, everyone, and welcome to my other challenge. The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask 3D 3-heart run. I'm a little worried. I have beaten the game 100%ed before, but that was over 5 years ago now, so it's gonna be a bit. We could go with Link, but I don't know. I just personally prefer Bard if I can. So, Bard. Okay. Saving. Save complete. Let's jump into it. I do not have the Circle Pad Pro. I don't even think the Circle Pad Pro works with the 2DS. Because that's what I'm using. But let's just jump right into it. The land of Hyrule, there echoes a legend held dearly by the royal family. A boy who, after battling evil, crept away from the land that made him a legend. Done with the battles he once waged across time, he embarked on a journey, a secret and personal journey, a journey in search of a beloved and invaluable friend. A friend with whom he parted ways when he finally fulfilled his heroic destiny and took his place among legends. And we are walking through, it is assumed to be part of the Lost Woods, just because of, well, that's the only real big forest in Hyrule originally. I know we're not quite in Hyrule right now, but I'd say we had to have come out of there at one point. So I feel it's the most logical answer for a location. We continue our trek through the trees and getting attacked by fairies. A yellow and a purple one. As well as a floating mask. Spoilers, this is Majora's Mask. You two fairies did great. What if he has anything good on him? Huh? This guy? Well, that shouldn't be a problem. And we should have all of our spoils from the entire last game, all of Ocarina of Time's items. But of course we didn't bring them with us. We put them back in the dungeons or something for future us. The only thing we kept was the Ocarina of Time. Hey Skull Kid, let me touch it. I want to see. You can't, Tail. What would we do if you dropped it and broke it? No way, you can't touch it. Aw, but sis, why can't I try it out too? It's hard to see which way the fairies are actually looking. I know their wings are supposed to be on the back and it's tellable from the side, but when we were straight on, couldn't see it at all. So we are gonna hold on to Epona and see if we can, fortunately, keep with the Skull Kid and Majora's Mask. He rounds the stump and we ran out of energy to hold on. That must be when our stamina gauge runs out in this game. But he's clearly only gone a little bit ahead. The music is still playing, so he's got to be right there. And we do have a sword, so we can go and slash this grass. I personally like to max out my rupees in this point. So there's this patch, another patch right here, very close to that. It's the starting area. And wow, actually that was really good for the first area. We go through this path, and you can see that the horse is nowhere to be seen. What does it say? You may already know this, but here's a quick review of the basic controls. Move with the control stick, swing your sword with B. There's a small platform, move towards it to climb up. When higher up, keep forward tilted. Or keep the control stick tilted towards the edge to jump. If you fall down, you'll have to start over. So you can kind of run and jump up here. That's our goal. However, more grass right here. And this grass has a mind of its own. It's trying to run away. Ooh, we're getting a nice little visual glitch there with the stump. But if you head backwards through this area, the grass is back. So I'm going to go max out my rupees and I will be right back. And I'm gonna come back in 3, 2, 1, right through this transition. And we're back. I maxed out my rupees just because you're kind of at a time crunch in the next little bit, so I figured spend the minute or two here to collect up the rupees just before continuing on with the story. I think it took us 3, maybe 4 more back and forths to actually do it. But we fall into the dark abyss with lots of flying masks and clocks. I think the clock is the... oh, there was the ocarina in there as well. And we land safely on this flower. As everyone knows, you take 0 damage if you fall from any height as long as you land on a flower. What's with that stupid horse of yours? It doesn't listen to a word that's said to it. No point in riding a thing like that, so I did you a favor and got rid of it. Aw, boo-hoo, why the sad face? Just thought I'd have a little fun with you. Oh, come on now, do you think you can beat me as I am now? Fool. Clearly, we took too long grinding rupees, and he decided that, no, we're not going to have a chance of getting our horse. He is going to sell it to, I don't know, the nearest merchant. I don't know who would buy a horse from a small kid in a mask. That's the best way I can think of him. Especially that he would do that and then immediately get back here to taunt us. So it's got to be somewhere nearby. We're lucky we'll find that merchant and get our horse back. But until then, we're going to get attacked by Dekus. Or Mad Scrubs, I think they're called. And we have been transformed into a Deku Scrub. That's a good look for you. You stay here looking like that forever. Oh, we're gonna chase after him, just to be stopped by a fairy. And Skull Kid, so happy and laughing, does not even notice he left the fairy behind. Tail. No, Tattle. Yeah, Tail's the brother. Whoa, Skull Kid, wait for me. I'm still here. Tail, you can't leave without me. You. If I wasn't dealing with you, I wouldn't have got separated from my brother. Well, don't just sit there, Deku boy. Do something. Why are you looking at me like that? Is there something stuck on my face? Will you stop staring and just open that door for me? Please come on, a helpless little girl is asking. So hurry up. Oh, Tail, I wonder if that child will be alright on his own. And if you didn't get your rupees, you can always pick up a few more here. No sword for us, but our hat is a viable weapon. Wait for me, don't leave me behind. So that stuff back there, you know, where I stopped you from being able to have a chance at getting your horse, like robbed you, and you know, just generally was a jerk. Yeah, I apologize. So take me with you. Wonder where the Skull Kid just ran off, right? I have an idea where he's going. So take me with you, and I'll help you out. Deal? Please? Good. So it's settled. Now then, I'll be your partner, or at least until we catch that Skull Kid. My name's Tattle, so it's nice to meet you or whatever. Now we've got all that straightened out. Can we stop messing around and get moving? Figure something out. I'll press right. Hopefully you'll manage to get by without my help until then. So let's see how long before she says anything. Oh, she's already saying something. I will likely be ignoring Tattle for most of it, because that message is the tutorial just saying you can dive into flowers. Which I guess we could have found out in that first room, but there wasn't really a reason to. There's a treasure chest up ahead, so we're going to be making our way to that. And getting, I think it's Deku nuts. You got a Deku nut. Upon impact makes a blinding flash. And that actually told us how to equip them. Don't need to equip it yet. And while you're flying, they're kind of auto-equipped onto B. You can drop them and stun the enemies nearby. But, well, we're still in an enemy-free zone, so... Hey, you, come on, press L and talk to me. So you can L target in this game? We do? It'll let you talk to Tattle, but that's when you focus on them. So this would be how you get tips about enemies. There you go, see? You can do it if you try. When I fly over, press L to look at them so you can interact. L targeting to talk to people, even if they're far away. Or, if there's no one to target, you can just use L to look straight ahead. But enough about that, come over to this tree and check it out. It does look pretty creepy, so let's take a look. Strange, but the way you look right now sort of reminds me of this tree. Looks all dark and gloomy, almost like it could start crying any second now. How sad. How sad indeed. Also, does that mean we could start crying any second now? Walking through this nice twisted hallway, a reminder from the Forest Temple, and it leads into a basement by a water wheel. So, let's head up and see what we can see. Attacking does go a little faster as the Deku, as far as I remember. So, might as well do it. You've met with a terrible fate, haven't you? I own the Happy Mask Shop. I travel far and wide in search of masks. During my travels, a very important mask was stolen from me by an imp in the woods. So here I am at a loss, and now I found you. Now don't think me rude, but I have been following you. You got dragged by a horse, you jumped down that pit. It was a scary pit. But I saw you turn into a Deku scrub too. I know a way to return you to your former self. You can get back that precious item that was stolen from you. I'll return you to normal. In exchange, all I ask is you also get back the precious mask the imp stole from me. What? Is it not a simple task? Why, to someone like you, it should be no means a difficult task. Except, the one thing is I'm a very busy fellow, and I must leave this place in 3 days. How grateful I would be if you could bring it back to me before my time here is up. But yes, you'll be fine. I see you are young and have tremendous courage. I'm sure you'll find it right away. Oh, and one more thing. Please be so kind as to direct your gaze over there for a moment. That strange stone over there, do you see it? It's called the Sheikah Stone. When the world has weighed you down with worry, crawl inside and let it show you the way. If ever you find yourself lost on your grand adventure, Seek the counsel of this wise old stone. It will surely help you on your noble quest. Well then, I am counting on you. Alright, and we can head off into the town of the game. Dawn of the first day. 72 hours remain before the masked salesman must leave. So, take a look around. We can see one of the items we will definitely be avoiding as much as possible. A heart piece. We're going to try to stick to 3 hearts for this run. It gives me the creeps. That masked salesman was the... Sorry, just thinking aloud. But 3 days? Even if we never sleep, that still leaves us a measly 72 hours. Talk about demanding. Well, don't just stand there. We're going to go see the Great Fairy. Look, you want to find the Skull Kid, don't you? Great Fairy will know what he's up to. She watches over everything. And just between you and me, the Skull Kid is no match for the Great Fairy. Pretty sure the Great Fairy lives in a shrine somewhere here in town. Where? Well, somewhere. Don't press me for details. I don't come to this town very often. You could try talking to one of those kids hanging around town. One of them might know where the shrine is. Kids, eh? Well, let's take a look around. First, we're gonna run past this flower. Wait, hang on. That guy was just hanging out on the clock down there, maybe taking a nap. But he dives into the flower. This is my private property. Don't try using it when I'm not around. That's fair. Well, we just saw a kid here. Is this kid gonna tell us where the fairy is? Deposit mail here. I don't have mail. Kid. Kid? Wow, he is just rushing it. Looks like we did wind up ahead of him. Oh, and he is still sprinting. Let's see if we can follow him. Hear my plea? The masked skull kid has broken me apart and scattered my pieces. Please find a way to return me to the fairies fountain in North Clocktown. Well, I mean, the kid didn't tell us where to go. However, we did get, I'm going to say lucky, and run into a fairy nice and early on who tells us, hey, North Clocktown. So we started in South Clocktown, so it's just got to head up. Because, I mean, heading further down will lead us out of town. We head north around to the back of the clock tower. We will find this statue. Save your progress up to this point. Sure. You wish to return to the home. They work differently in this one. And the other one, they let you temporary save. In this one, they let you permanent save. I didn't realize that when I first played. And wound up playing the Song of Time, which is how you would normally save. And then I just turned the game off. And it's like, hey, you're starting from the beginning again. And I'm like, I'm what? But yeah, we got our 99 rupees just basically to hand them to that person. So now we can save at these statues whenever. And it will stay saved. So Tattle there was probably going to mention, hey, go talk to the kids to find out where the fairy is. But we already heard from the stray fairy that we need to go find the Clocktown. Sorry, North Clocktown. I'm gonna try to pick up a few rupees here. Not for the same reason as the last one. Alright, 7. But to talk to this guy right here, this green guy. What's this? Green clothes, white fairy. Sir, could you by chance be a Saurus fairy? Oh my name is Tingle. I think I am the same as you, sir, a forest fairy. Alas, though I am already age 35, no fairy has come to me yet. Father tells me to grow up and act my age, but why? I tell you, Tingle is the very reincarnation of a fairy. Now while I stand here waiting for a fairy of my own, I sell maps to help out my father. Lucky, you're so lucky to have a fairy. I know, we should be friends. In exchange, I will sell you a map for cheap as a sign of friendship. We're going to buy a Clocktown map. That's why we wanted to pick up those rupees. And we now can kind of see what we're going to get into. This gives us all of the regions and kind of where to see. And we can kind of see there is nowhere else in this area except this path right here. So we'll head this way to go see the Great Fairy. We're in the Fairies Fountain. Oh no, the Great Fairy. I always misunderstood that and thought that Tattle was just happy that they had a friend, is the Stray Fairy, and not, oh no, the Great Fairy was destroyed? Which, I mean, it makes a lot more sense now that it's, oh, the Great Fairy was destroyed. Tattle, you and young one of altered shape, thank you for returning my broken and shattered body to normal. I am the Great Fairy of Magic. Thought the masked child was helping me, and I grew careless. All I can offer you now is this. I shall grant you magic power. As a sign of my gratitude, please accept it. And real quick, I don't even think we're at noon of the first day, we have magic power. Much quicker than you can get it in Ocarina of Time, I believe. I think that's not until after Dodongo's Cavern that you get it. But you'll need it right away. And the man at the observatory knows where Skullkid is. You return to your former shape, come see me and I shall give you more help. So, even the Great Fairy can tell that we've been transformed, but can't seem to fix us on her own. Might be because she's weakened from being destroyed by Skullkid, or just Skullkid's power is too much for her. Now if we look, Tingle has escaped into the sky, and we can shoot this blue balloon. Are you the one who just popped that up there? Not bad for a Deku scrub. We bombers have a hideout that leads to the observatory outside of town. You need a code to get in. Maybe I'll tell you what it is. But don't think you're getting it that easy. I can't tell you what the code is. You'll have to pass my test first. You ready? Yeah, sure. Let's give it. Alright, line up, guys. The 5 of us will run and hide in different places all over town. You can catch all of us before sunrise. We'll teach you the secret code. Oh, and Deku Nuts aren't fair game. They're bright and hurt our eyes, so you can't use them. Alright, are you ready? So we can't use Deku Nuts, which would be a way to stun them. Instead, we're going to have to stick to just kind of catching them with our dash move. So, you caught me. Now there's only 4 left. One is hiding in this corner in North Clocktown. I don't believe any of the others are, though. So let's head over to this area right over here. And welcome to... There's a reason why I wanted to go into the orders as I did. It's just because you get a slightly better view of the area. Look at, there's a guy up there by the bell. And we are in East Clocktown. Lots of stuff to see here, but not too much to do yet. As fun as it would be to just be able to jump out of town, this guy does kind of block our path. So, if we take this flower, we can get up onto the roof of the inn. None of the bombers are hiding. Oh, why do we have to play these stupid brats little games? Come on, hurry and find them already. Only 18 hours and 9 minutes until morning. Not quite that little amount of time. Ah, you caught me. Now there's only 3 left. But I will take it. I want to say there's 1 in each area, but there's got to be 2 in one area because I don't think there is any in South Clocktown. Or there is, right here in the dead center of the town. I just thought the chest looked suspicious. Now there's 5 areas. We've actually been in the laundry pool area before while we were chasing that kid. You caught me. Now there's only 1 left, and coincidentally, there's only 1 area left to go. The West Clocktown. So, we'll make our trip right over there, and see if we can find the last kid and get the Bomber's Notebook code. Notebook hideout. Bomber's hideout code. The notebook's a different thing. It's for a little bit later. Nope. The bank that we went and worked with that I didn't really comment on, I was too distracted with the save statues, used to be located in West Clocktown. I'm glad they've moved it kind of right by the save point and in the main area, just a little easier to get to now. Could give you an original Bomber's notebook and make you a member. What do you guys think? No way, no scrubs. Guess not. Once we let some kid who wasn't human join our gang, and boy did we ever regret it. Sorry, but I'll teach you the code, just like I promised. I can only tell you once though, so pay close attention. You ready? 3124-5. The code is 3124-5. Our entrance is the secret hideout is in East Clocktown. So, something to keep in mind for next time. The next part, we go see the Bomber's secret hideout. I'm gonna pause so that time does not keep eating away, and I will see you guys then.